Morning, everybody. I'm out with Paul this morning. We're on a Tisco Lake. Look around. We're on a Tisco Lake this morning, and we're going to go chasing some tiger muskies. And we've told ourselves that that's all we're going to do today. So let's see if we can stick to it, and let's see if we can catch one. I've caught muskies. I've never caught a tiger muskie before. So I'm looking forward to this. Stay tuned. Good morning, everybody. How you doing today? Welcome. I'm with my buddy Paul this morning, and we're on a Tisco Lake. And we talked about this last year, and we finally made it happen this morning. We came down here to go look for some tiger muskies. Yeah. And we found two of them. One was so much bigger than the other one.
Absolutely. Much bigger.
We had 4 bites today. We got all 4 of them. We were looking for muskies today. We came down here specifically today, and we stuck to our guns, at least until we got the first one. Wasn't much going on. We found these fish. I had a largemouth in order. I had a largemouth, the tiger, and a smallmouth, all on the same bait. My JT Rods Black Rain series set up with the bait caster. And this was what I was using today.
That was a killer today.
I was throwing a KVD, Strike King KVD spinnerbait, sexy shad with the light yellow bottom, and that tail is just a 5-inch white auger tail. You're gonna ask me what it is. I've had it forever. I keep it in my saltwater box. I use it as a jig trailer, a bucktail trailer, when I'm fishing fluke off the beach. I happened to see it this morning when I was throwing stuff in my bag to come down here. Not really. We decided this yesterday. You know, you don't have time to overthink everything. I brought some sticks, some big sticks, some jerk baits. I brought my spinnerbait box. I brought some big swim baits. I think that's it. And I did fish a few things today, but all of our bites collectively came on. Paul got a small tiger later on in the morning over here, and he was throwing different color spinnerbait, but he was throwing a spinnerbait. All of our bites came in a flurry this morning.
All of your bites.
All of my bites came in a flurry in a small area on the deep outer edge of the weed line. Yeah, what I was going to say completely. In one ear and out the other. We found him on the outside of that weed line, and the wind was still blowing at that point. We had a pretty good drift. Not too much, you know. Down here you don't get much in the wave category, but the wind was blowing us, and it was breaking up that surface tension, yep. Which typically, if you're fishing a spinnerbait, you want it to be rough, you know, or rougher.
Just a little chop.
Although I slow rolled that along the bottom, I was casting back to the weed edge, letting it drop, 10, 12 foot of water to the bottom, and then I was bringing it back slow across the bottom. All 3 of my bites were doing the same thing, same area. Once is a fluke, twice is a pattern. So, but this was incredible. When that big muskie, and I'll have pictures, I have full video of it too, from start to finish. It really was a pretty awesome. We lipped it. I mean, for lack of a better term, we didn't net it. We got it right to the boat. Gave a great account of itself. Really stuffed it too when he took it, and took it about. Well, it was on my side of halfway back in on the cast, because he stuffed it, and I come up and I stuck him, and you could see him kind of playing. He started coming up, and when his head broke the water, man, he was a dandy. We're like, holy crap,
yeah.
So I'm not gonna spoil it. I don't know if I'll show the picture later today, but I'll definitely have that video edited. We got the whole thing on video. I'll get that video edited and show you, because it was awesome. My first ever tiger muskie, and of course by default it's my biggest.
Oh,
but
awesome.
we don't know the exact size of it, we're guesstimating. We didn't leave it out of the water long enough to scale it, and we didn't tape it. But you'll see when you see the picture, it was a good one. It was a good one. So that's a pretty high bar I set for my first one. Same with you with your first one.
Yeah.
Your first one was enormous.
Yep.
So that was our day, and it's so nice being down here and being someplace a little different.
Beautiful.
Seeing some different scenery, doing something different. Like I didn't jig all day today. That was all cast and retrieve, chucking spinner baits, which was awesome, and it's nice to recharge and see some different things, do some different things, and this was perfect. So I couldn't thank you enough, buddy.
Awesome.
I couldn't thank you enough.
Thank you.
Even though I caught all the fish, most of them.
That's all right. That's all right.
I told him, I'm like, listen, I can't carry the whole show. I need some help.
Well, I finally got mine over there.
Yeah. So I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. Still waiting on my electronics for the new boat. I thought I'd have it by now. I think it's going to be delivered tomorrow. I just talked to the great people out to Krenzer Marine this morning. They have everything done. They're just waiting on the stuff to come from where I bought my electronics from. And so I'm assuming early next week would be my guess. That I know today's Friday. I'm sure they don't work on the weekend. I wouldn't think, but so stay tuned. We got a lot of cool stuff going on, and the rest of the season it's only going to get better. Even though there's a lot of people that start putting their boat away next week. I'm not one of them.
No.
I'm not one of them, and we got a lot of great fishing and a lot of great locations and a lot of great stuff. Unveiling some of my new sponsors and a lot of cool stuff going to happen here in the next week or two. So stay tuned. If you like what we do, subscribe, tell your friends, share it, be my guest. Hopefully you learn something along the way and you pass it on to somebody else. That's the point of fishing. Fishing is sharing. So remember that. Don't be afraid to share something with somebody else, and especially if you'd ever like to have something shared with you. So thank you. I will see you guys, Paul.
Thank you.
My friend.
Man. Yeah.
I will never forget that first muskie. Never, ever, ever. All right, let's get out of here. Keep your tip up. Hoy!